So in this tutorial we're gonna solve question number 2, but I need to remind you that we're gonna use a function which is distance of here that has been explained in the previous video in question 1. So if you haven't watched that video, I recommend you go back to that video, watch it, and then come back here. Okay, let's get started. So first of all, we're gonna read the question carefully to understand it. So write a function that calculates the area of a rectangle and returns it. Your function is supposed to take 4 double numbers, which are top left x, top left y, bottom right x, bottom right y, as input parameters, and return 1 double number. You have to use the distance of function you have already defined and name your function as area of rect. Okay, I recommend you firstly to visualize the problem to understand it, in order to understand it. So this is the rectangle we have, and as you see we have top left point, I'm gonna call it A, and we have bottom right point, I'm gonna call it B. So for these points you see that we have we have 4 coordinates. So the first two, which are top left x and top left y, are the coordinates of top left point, and the next two, bottom right x and bottom right y, are the coordinates of this point, which is called bottom right point. So as I told you, this is going to be called A and this is going to be called B. So let's write it here. So the A point has top left x and top left y coordinates, and B point here has bottom right x and bottom right y coordinates. Okay, perfect. Now let's think about it. What's the formula to find area of rectangle? The formula is area is equal to width multiplied by height. Okay, so the width is, this part is, let me draw it with blue. This is a width of rectangle, and this is the height of rectangle. Oops. This is the height of the rectangle. So height and width. As you see, to find width, we need to find this distance. And this distance is actually the distance between 2 points, right? The point A and this point. To find height, we need to find this distance, and this distance is between the point B and this point. So I should name this point as well. So let me rename it C, and let's find what is the coordinates of C. So we assume that this rectangle is not rotated in the coordinate system. So it means that we're gonna have the same x coordinate with this B point and the same y coordinate with this A point. So it means that the x coordinate is gonna be called bottom right x, or we can say that the first coordinate will be the same with the coordinate of the B, and the second coordinate will be the same with the second coordinate of A. So top left y. Let me visualize it for you. So this is the coordinate system. I'm gonna use black here. This is the coordinate system. It's not perfect coordinate system, but okay, it's y and it's x. So you see y is the same for this 2 points, whereas x is the same for these 2 points. Okay, so that's why the x coordinate is bottom right x and the y coordinate is top left y. So as we know the coordinate of this point, it's very easy to calculate the width and to calculate the height. So in this case we will use, as it's mentioned here, distance of function, and then we can find width, we can find height, and then we can find area. Alright, let's get started with the C programming. So as we have mentioned it here, we're gonna use distance of function. So I will not write everything here. It means that I'm gonna copy some lines from the previous file, which is called distance C, and paste it here, and then I'm gonna go and copy the distance of function as well and paste it here. So let's not forget about main function. Okay, return 0. So now what we need to do is to write area of rect function. So let's have a look at this function. Your function is supposed to take 4 double numbers, so it means that my function is gonna take 4 double input parameters, and it's gonna return 1 double number. As it returns double, its data type is double as well. So I will write the prototype of function just right above the main function, and its name is area of rect, and it's gonna take, you see, those 4 points, and we shouldn't forget that their data types are double as well. So don't forget to write their data types double, 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 and double. So it's called function prototype, as you know already. Okay, so once we have function prototype, I think it's pretty easy to keep writing function, to go ahead and to fill inside a function. So firstly, again, let's realize what we need to find the area of rectangle. So we need width and height. So these are also going to be double, and we need area in order to hold the output of this calculation, so it's also going to be double. So I can declare them beforehand like this: double x, double width, height, and area. So first let's find out what's width here. Width is equal to the distance between these 2 points, right? So I'm gonna use distance of function for width. So distance of, so as x1, so I need to pass 4 arguments here. The first argument is x1, so x coordinate of the first point, and y1, y coordinate of the first point, and then x2, x coordinate of the second point, and y2, y coordinate of the second point. So x coordinate of the first point is x top left x, and y coordinate is top left y, top left y, and then the next x2 and y2 is bottom right x and top left y. Okay, bottom right x and top left y. Okay, is it clear? I hope it's clear for you. So it will be, let me write it with red maybe. So this is x1, this is y1, and this is x2, and this is y2. Okay, so if you calculate the distance between those two coordinates and return the distance to the width variable, w variable, and then to find height, we're going to use again distance of function. So here, let me go back. So here, let me call it x1 and y1 and x2 and y2. So the x1 is bottom right x, so I'm gonna pass it to the distance of function, and y1 is top left y, top left y. x2 is bottom right x, and y2 is bottom right y. Okay, so we have width and height. What we need is to calculate area, and it's equal to width multiplied by height. And at the end, don't forget, our function should return something, and it's gonna return area. Okay, that's it. We are done with our function area of rect. As you see, we have declared another function which is distance of, and we can use it inside of the other function that we have declared, which is called area of rect. And yeah, it makes our work easier, much easier for us. So now what the next step is actually to call this function area of rect. So again, we are looking at the function prototype here. You see that area of rect function takes 4 different points. So it means that I need to declare 4 different points in my main function. So they are double here, so I need to declare double again. I'm gonna call it, I'm gonna call those 4 numbers x1, y1, x2 and y2. Again, do not confuse these numbers with these numbers, okay? And these variables with those variables actually. Because this x1, y1, x2, y2 has been declared in the distance of function, it means that it is defined only inside of this function. Outside of this function, I cannot use them. I mean, I can, again, of course I can use them, but again, they will not be the same with these variables, alright? So, now the next step is to ask user to enter numbers for those variables. So I'm gonna ask user, please enter numbers for those variables sequentially. And I'm gonna store them inside of the address of those variables. So don't forget, this is the address. These should be addresses of the variables. Okay, now I have the variables, I have the numbers for those variables. What I need else, I need to declare another variable. Let me call it area, and then this variable is actually equal to, now I'm gonna call my function, which is area of rect, in order to calculate the area of those, the area of our rectangle for those points. So I'm gonna call it area of rect, and x1, y1, and x2, y2. Okay, everything is ready. The next step is just to print it out. The area of rectangle is area. Alright, so yeah, I hope everything is correct. So let's compile it. GCC area of rect.c. As I have used some functions from mass header, I need to link it as well. And then so I need to pass the coordinates, let's say 3, 2, 9, 6, and the area is 24. Okay, I hope everything is clear and easy for you. So I will see you in the next tutorial.